I'm Brittany Jones Cooper, and welcome back to Build. Being a teenager is tough, but growing up in the spotlight makes it even tougher. Somehow, Mackenzie Ziegler manages to balance it all, from getting her start on Dance Moms to her sold-out tour along singer Johnny Orlando. But now she's releasing her first book entitled Kenzie's Rules for Life: How to Be Happy, Healthy, and Dance to Your Own Beat. Guys, help me welcome Mackenzie.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Mackenzie, but do your friends call you Kenzie? I want to know what I should call you. Should I call you Kay?
Some of my friends call me Kay. Most of the time, they call me Kenzie. So
I'll call you Kenzie.
All right.
But if you call me B, I'll call you Kay.
Okay.
It's like little nicknames for the rest of the time. So this is crazy. You are 13.
Yes.
You have this lovely new book coming out tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So how does it feel to finally see it and for your fans to get to read it?
I'm so excited that it's finally out. I've been wanting to write a book since I was very young because I've always loved reading. Mm-hmm. And when my sister came out with the book, I was like, oh, I feel like I need to. So I'm so excited that it's finally coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. And you're only 13. Do you ever pinch yourself at just all of the awesome stuff you're getting to do at such a young age?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really hectic, and I feel like I don't have a lot of free time. But, I mean, it's so fun getting to work all the time. Yeah.
And you mentioned your sister, but what made you want to write a book? Why was this important for you to do right now?
I feel like I wanted to connect with my fans in a way that I haven't, because obviously I connect with them on social media like Instagram and Twitter, but I feel like it'd be really cool to write a book and answer some questions in the book and give them tips and stuff. So.
How hard was it, though? Because I've tried to write stuff before, and
yeah.
For me, I can only write when I feel inspired.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like never.
Yeah.
So how hard was it to sort of get through this process?
It was really hard. I had a ghostwriter help me because obviously I'm 13 and I can't really write a book by myself. But it was a really fun process, and we talked for like 4 hours each day, and she just like helped me write the book and asked me a bunch of questions, and it was really fun. And I can't believe it's actually coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, so for people who don't really know what that means, you said a ghostwriter. So what is that process like for you? Because I would imagine you just sit and kind of share your stories, right, and then they help you form it.
Mm-hmm. So she came to my house for probably 4 or 5 hours, which was really tiring, but it was fine. She asked me a bunch of questions about my life and some things that I wanted to put in the book. And I also have DIYs in the book, mm-hmm, which I think is super fun. So I got to put a bunch of DIYs that I love in the book. Yeah. And yeah, it was a long process, but when she was not in LA or in Pittsburgh, then I had to call her on the phone for like 5 hours.
You obviously have a lot of fans. Some of them are here in the audience. Mm-hmm. But for people who aren't familiar with your story, I want to kind of let them know where you came from because it's so impressive. You got your start dancing. Yes. You started dancing at 2.
Yeah.
And the world first met you on Dance Moms, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was that experience like?
Well, I started Dance Moms when I was 6, and I really had no clue what was going on because there was just like a camera guy following me around, and I was kind of scared. But, I mean, it was really fun, and it was hard competing every week for Dance Moms, and it was hard to keep up with the girls when I was 6 because obviously I had no clue what I was doing whatsoever. And then I got off the show and I started doing a lot more singing, which I really love it, and I think that's like a passion of mine. I obviously love dance as much as I love singing, but I feel like I want to really focus on singing right now. Yeah. And so, yeah.
On Dance Moms, your sister, Maddie, was also on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And she sort of rose to fame doing the Sia videos. Mm-hmm. And so how much do you guys dance together, and how much has her career impacted yours?
Mm-hmm. Well, we're not doing as much dancing as we are like when we were younger, but we're going on a dance tour in, I think, June, at the end of June, and we're going to Australia, and I'm so excited because we went last year, and so we get to go again. But I haven't been dancing as much because I've been focusing on singing, and I've been touring with Johnny and doing my book, obviously, so I haven't had that much time to dance. But her career has definitely taken off, and I'm so proud of everything that she's doing, and I never really thought that we'd be doing different things. Like, I'm doing singing, and she's doing more of acting and obviously dancing, but I'm really proud of her.
She wrote the foreword to your book, right?
Yeah, she did.
What was that like? Did you have to ask her to do that, or did she offer?
Well, she offered to do it, so I'm really glad that she did, and I love her so much. She's the best sister ever.
You guys sound so cute, but what do you fight about? I want to know the sister stuff. What goes on behind the scenes?
Well, we used to share a room. Oh, we just moved, but we used to share a room, and I would steal her clothes, and she would steal my clothes, and it was just very bad. And we would fight who gets to the bathroom first or who gets to take a shower first. It was just so annoying. But now we don't fight as much because we have our own rooms. But she still comes in my room and steals my clothes when I'm not there. But it's
Pretty
okay.
standard sister stuff.
I kind of do it too. But she doesn't need to know that. She doesn't need to know that.
You just told her. Everybody knows now.
Oops.
So you're a singer, a dancer, an actor. Which one of those do you like the most right now?
Right now, I think singing. I've been doing a little bit more of acting because I have the show called Total Clips on YouTube, and it's really fun, but I feel like right now I want to stick to singing, obviously a little bit more of acting, and I really think it's fun. I wanted to explore some of the things that Maddie's doing, so I was like, I want to see if I can act, and it's actually super fun. I wasn't really into it when I was younger because of all the auditions I had to go on, and I just hated going into the room, and I felt very intimidated by the people, but now I'm getting more comfortable with it, and I'm really excited to do more of it.
I checked out Total Eclipse, and it's really, really cute.
Thank you.
It really, I think, speaks to girls your age,
Right.
sort of like what you're doing with the book. So is that what attracted you to doing that series?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to share a good message with like all of my younger fans, and it's definitely something different because usually when I act or go on auditions, I play kind of the popular girl or something like that, but I'm kind of playing the shy, scared girl, which I think is super fun, getting to play someone else. But yeah, I really love filming it, and I'm so excited for it.
Can I tell you, the one clip I saw was sort of, she had these friends who kind of turned against her and she didn't quite understand. That same thing happened to me at 12, at 13, yeah. So when I watched that clip, I think that's something that's really a universal thing, that you sort of have your friend groups change and how you deal with it, especially in the time in your life. So as somebody who's much older than you, I was like, oh, this is still resonating in a lot of ways, which is interesting.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely happened to me when I was in school. Obviously, I'm homeschooled now. I've been homeschooled since I was in 3rd grade, but I feel like when I was younger, I've had a lot of kids, you know, bully me for being on a television show, which was ridiculous. But yeah, I feel like now I've learned from it, and I don't let girls bully me or get to me. So I definitely wanted to share a good message with the show, and it's super fun filming it, and I get to film it with all of my best friends, which is awesome.
I love that. And you mentioned you're homeschooled. So what has that experience been like? Because you're 13 now, you're getting into middle school, you're so busy. How often do you have to do tests and papers and all of that stuff?
Every day. I actually just finished school like 3 days ago for the year. But I have to wake up at like 9 a.m. and do school just like regular kids. But I only do it for 3 hours because obviously I'm a little bit more ahead because I'm doing my sister's school work. And we obviously want to get it done so then we can go do our jobs for the day. And I have to do it with my sister. So sometimes we get a little distracted. But it's definitely fun doing it with her. I feel like if I was doing it by myself, I'd be really bored.
Yeah.
But
do you ever miss going to a regular school?
Yeah, a lot of the times. I miss going to like the football games with my friends and stuff, but I feel like I'd rather be homeschooled so I can do more things. And obviously, most of my friends are homeschooled, so we both have a fun time.
Would you ever, I know a lot of people in the entertainment industry kind of work and then decide to go to college. Is that something you've ever thought about, like maybe taking a break and doing that so you sort of have that experience, but then you can always come back and work?
Yeah, I feel like that would be really fun to go to college, and I want to go to college, but I don't know if I'll have time with everything that I'm doing now. But I mean, I'm only 13, so I have a long way to go. So I don't really know what I want to do yet, but hopefully I get to go to college. That'd be really cool.
That's fair. You're not supposed to know what you want.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I feel like you're already doing some really, really cool stuff.
Thank you.
Which brings us back to this book that you wrote
Yes.
at 13. So there's a lot of information in here. One thing I thought was really cute was the craft corner.
Yeah.
And you have all the, like, how to make coasters and all these different things. So are you really crafty?
Yeah, I've always loved DIYs. I feel like when I'm on YouTube, I always look up DIYs and crafts and everything, and I've always been a crafty girl. My sister and I love doing things together like that. And my favorite thing to do is like slime. So my friends and I, we always make it when they come over. So I was like, oh, maybe I should put some of my favorite DIYs in there. So
there's like 5 different slime recipes in here.
Edible slime.
Right.
It's really cool.
That was a shock to me. I didn't know slime was a thing again. Because when I was a kid, we used to play with gack. Does anybody know what gack is? It's like there we go. All right. So now slime, there's all these different slimes. So edible slime, is that the lemon one?
Yes.
Yes. So it was what, if life hands you lemons, make lemon slime?
Yep.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. Well, I thought like when life hands you lemons, like that kind of saying. But I love slime, and I was like, maybe I could find a recipe for like edible slime. I feel like that'd be really cool because somehow my friends and I always get slime in like the weirdest places. Like it's on my carpet, it's on our shirt, and my friend accidentally ate slime before. So I was like, maybe I should make some edible slime. So we decided to, and it was actually really fun. It turned out really well. So I was like, maybe I should put it in the book.
What is another one of your favorite crafts to do?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I feel like I used to make DIY lip scrubs all the time. And that was my favorite thing to do. I actually made like an Instagram for it when I was younger, and I would sell them to people, but my mom did not know. Sorry, Mom. She got really mad at me because I was telling people, I was like, yeah, I'm going to sell you the lip scrub and stuff, but it was a bad idea because I had no way of selling it to them. But it was really fun, and I made it with all of my best friends, so it was cool.
Also, I doubt they were FDA approved, but...
No. It was like random lip balms and lip scrubs. And
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Super sanitary, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You also have a section about like Kenzie's quizzes and all these different quizzes. And one I found interesting, sort of tying back to what we were talking about, is how to know if your friend is a friend of me. Or so do you think that's a big issue for girls your age?
Yeah, I also think in the industry, it's really hard to find friends because sometimes kids are either just using you or they just want to be your friend because why not? And then they talk behind your back, which obviously kids will deal with that when they're younger and in school because kids are sometimes really mean. And I think it's really awful. So I really think that we should all just be nice to each other and not bully each other because we're all girls. We all need to stand up for each other and like stand together. Yeah.
And you mentioned you've had experience with that. So is that why you feel so passionate about helping other girls and just telling them that they don't have to put up with it?
Yeah. I've had a lot of best friends that claim to be my best friends, but they would talk behind my back or whatever, and I didn't really like that at all. Obviously, no one would, but I feel like now I've found really good friends, and I'm super happy. And it's really hard to find friends, but I feel like I found like the best ones now, so I'm really happy.
Isn't that the best feeling in the world?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, these are just good friends that we're going to have forever. I'll tell you, when you get to my age, it's even harder to meet good friends because everybody's working and whatnot. But when you find them, you know. So I like that you already know that at your age. You also have the Ask Kenzie section.
Yeah.
So I would imagine a lot of your fans on Instagram and Twitter are constantly sending you questions. So what have been some of the most maybe funny ones that people have asked you?
A lot of people ask me, they're like, which way do you face in the shower? Towards the... And I'm like, okay, why do you want to know that? They asked me the weirdest questions, and I made a YouTube video a while ago, and I was like, just ask me your weirdest questions that you could ask me, because sometimes I do that, and I want to see how funny they get, and they're really random, but, I mean, they're funny.
What is one very thoughtful question that a fan has asked you that really made you think?
A lot of kids ask how you deal with bullying because they get bullied in school and they just don't really know how to deal with it. And I feel like I always tell them just to not let it get to you and just be nice to others, treat people how you want to be treated. So I feel like that one I always try and think of the best answer because I'm like, I don't want to say something wrong but yeah, a lot of them I always just think really hard about.
You've had quite the journey so far. I'm sure it's had its ups and its downs, even though you're so young. What has been your biggest obstacle so far?
I think it was definitely the television show, Dance Moms, because I had to keep up with the younger girls, and I was also very young. I was younger than all of them, so I felt like I needed to be as good as them, and everyone was comparing me to my sister, so I felt like I needed to be as good as my sister, and I was really stressed when I was that age, which is really weird, because I was like 9 or 10, and I was stressed, but I mean, my sister definitely helped me through it, and she's always been so supportive of me through everything, and I feel like when I'm down, she always just brings me up, and she's like, you're amazing, you can do it, so I definitely have a great family, and obviously my mom, and friends, obviously.
I was going to say, it sounds like your friends and family are a really good support system,
which
I'm sure you really need being so busy.
Right.
Yeah. And in the title, too, you mentioned living a healthy lifestyle, which is also super important at your age. So what are some of your favorite tips to give your fans about just living healthy?
Be happy, I think. I mean, healthy also means, like, eating healthy and, But I feel like to me it's just always just being happy and being positive, because all of my friends are like, how are you so positive with everything? Like if we miss something or if we miss a birthday party, and I'm like, it's okay, we have another one. And they're like, how are you so positive all the time? And I'm just like, well, it's life. It doesn't matter.
How are you so positive all the time? Do you write in a diary? Do you have positive affirmations? Do you do anything? Or you just kind of wake up and you're like, let's be happy?
I mean, I kind of just am always happy. There's obviously some days that I'm down because obviously I'm not going to be happy all the time. But I feel like I always find the good in things. And so when my friends are down, I'm like, no, be happy. We all need to be happy. And I always find a way to be happy, which is good.
Love that. And fashion seems to be a really big part of your book and your Instagram.
Yes.
What is it that you love about clothes and accessories and kind of getting to dress up?
Well, when I was younger, I didn't really care about what I looked like, and my mom would always call me a slob. And so I was like, I feel like I need to dress up a little bit. And when I, dress up, I always feel so confident, and I'm like, I look good today. I really like my outfit. So I feel like it always just makes me, feel very confident and happy, and I'm like, yeah, I look good today. I can conquer the world, But I feel like I always just want to look better than my sister. I feel like that's one of the things, too, because she has a really good style, and I was like, I just really want to beat her at something, because we're very competitive. So I feel like I'm just like, I need to look as good as her.
Your tips are really translatable, though. There's the what's in your closet, and you kind of list the staples.
Mm-hmm.
And one was like a lived-in jean jacket. I was like, check, okay.
Yep.
Shorts, got him. Like, I felt like I had the right word.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you.
You're
You helped
welcome.
me out. I appreciate it. So before we go to audience questions, you mentioned the biggest obstacle you faced so far in your life.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is something that young girls are having to deal with today? What is the biggest obstacle for a tween or a teen or just somebody just trying to figure out who they are?
I feel like the biggest thing is obviously getting good grades and finding good friends, and I feel like that's two of the main things that girls are struggling with, or just being themselves and being scared to put themselves out there, which I definitely was when I was younger. When I was dancing, we would have these improv classes, and they were like, okay, Mackenzie, go out, and I would not go out. I'd be so scared to show who I really am, and now I'm not scared anymore, which is good. I can hear my mom laughing in the back. Hi, Mom. But yeah, so I feel like everyone just needs to be themselves and not be scared of putting yourself out there.
What do you hope that your fans will gain from reading your book?
I mean, getting to know me more, I feel like, because they know me on Instagram, which I feel like everyone on Instagram is the same. They just post pictures and you don't really see who they really are, And I feel like YouTube has helped me with that, because obviously I can be my funny, goofy self on there. But in the book, I feel like they have learned who I really am, and I got to answer a bunch of their questions and tips and stuff, and I'm really excited for the book to come out.
I am too. I've already read some of it. Like I said, you've already given me some tips, so I'm sure you're going to help a lot of people. I think now's a good time to go to some audience questions. Who do we have? Oh, right there in the front. Don't be shy.
What inspired you to sing and dance?
Well, when I was younger, I started singing when I was 6, and my mom thought I had a really good voice. And so I had voice lessons, and I really thought that it was something that I wanted to do. But when I started dancing, I didn't really want to dance when I was younger. Obviously I started at 2, and my mom just put me in dance because she thought I looked cute in a tutu. But it was definitely fun, and I felt like I could be better, and I wanted to challenge myself. So I was like, maybe I should just keep doing singing and dancing. So I really love it.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is for people that want to pursue a career in the industry of singing, dancing, acting, etc., what is something that you would say to them, to the audience?
I would say always just be confident and don't be scared. I obviously was scared going into auditions, and I feel like just be confident with yourself and don't be scared of putting yourself out there, especially on social media, because I feel like everyone either facetunes their face or their body to look like a certain someone, but I feel like everyone just needs to, be their self on there.
Thanks.
Amen. to the face tune. No more face tuning, guys. We gotta stop that.
I mean, sometimes I like face tune a pimple on my face, but I mean,
In
that's
moderation.
It. That's it.
Face tune in moderation.
Yes.
Okay, cool. One last question.
First of all, I'm just such a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
So my question is, are you still close with any of the other dance moms, like other than Maddie, of course?
Yes, I'm really close with Nia still. She's always just been my big sister when I was younger because I felt like I was always left out because the girls made their like little huddle, and Nia was just always there for me. And obviously, I'm really, really close with Bryn.
Yeah.
She was on like the last 3 seasons, and she became my best friend. And we're still really close best friends, even though she lives in Arizona, which really sucks. But I still am really close with them.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Kenzie, your book comes out tomorrow.
Yes.
Everybody, it's called Kenzie's Rules for Life, How to Be Happy, Healthy, and Dance to Your Own Beat. Kay, it was really, really great to meet you.
Thank you. You too, B.